Kids are gearing up to hit the classroom later this month, but they may not make the grade this year. Many schools across the country are taking a big hit from Obamacare.
School boards are looking to avoid paying benefits to substitute teachers, bus drivers, and other supporting staff. So how is this going to be impacting your kids' education? Joining us now is Indiana Congressman Luke Messer. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
You're concerned that these school systems are going to have to divert a bunch of funds essentially to pay a tax and then not be able to buy the books and help pay the teachers and all of that. What would your bill, what do you propose happens instead?
Well, the bill would simply exempt schools and universities from the implications and impact of Obamacare. You know, Obamacare is a law that doesn't work. It's full of unintended consequences, and this is just one example of those consequences. I support full repeal, delay of the bill, but I also understand this is not a video game, it's real life. A lot of schools are going to be hurt if we don't exempt them from the law.
So schools are unusually dependent on part-time support staff, aren't they? I mean, you think of all kinds of people in the day-to-day life of a school who are not full-time employees. Some schools would have to let them go?
Yeah, I mean, some schools have sort of permanent substitute teachers that work in various classrooms, teachers' aides, folks that work in the cafeteria, bus workers as well. You know, this problem is not exclusive to schools. The fact that the bill artificially sets a full-time employee equivalent at 30 hours has big implications for the retail industry, the restaurant industry, and the like. But after the Supreme Court decision, you have this very unique situation where the federal government is taxing schools to pay for this bill. I think it's not fair that schools would pay the burden of trying to make Obamacare work. And if we really care about kids, we need to try to fix it. And this effort to exempt schools is one way to do that.
And how do you think this would really affect kids if it goes into effect? I mean, I know you need to worry about teacher development and doing as much as you can to make the classroom a good, positive place for these kids. What would happen if this happens?
Well, I know in Indiana, but also where I'm from, but also across the country, schools are cash-strapped already. They're having a hard time making ends meet. Some on the left, frankly, criticize Republican proposals because they say we're not spending enough on schools. With this enormous tax, in some school systems in my district, they've estimated it would be hundreds of thousands of dollars per school system, hundreds of millions of dollars across the country. We're taking money away from schools when they're already cash-strapped. That's going to hurt classroom instruction. It's going to make it more difficult for kids to make their grades. That's not right. That's not the way we ought to do it. And if we really care about kids, it's not fair to make Obamacare, work on the backs of the classroom.
Congressman Luke Messer, really appreciate your explanation and joining us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.